Well, it's summertime in North Carolina, and that means air conditioning problems. Today's it's air conditioning day. Got a 2010 F-350 dually. It's got a 6.4 diesel in it, and the customer states that there's AC ain't cold. Says he's got a Duramax that'll run you out. This Ford just got nothing for it. Not cold at all. Getting the truck, it's just too hard to film. It's an air volume issue. I mean, I could cut strips of little paper and hold them in front of the vents, but you just have to take my word for it. The air conditioning's cold. There's just no volume out of the vents. Not a lot of diagnosis on this. Basically, these have a big issue, especially with construction trucks. It's a construction truck. It's really dirty, and when you could hello. Hey. I was curious. I didn't know if you were gonna, cook up a rack of lamb or something for breakfast. I don't know if you had like a full kitchenette or something in the old break room. I've never been to Food Line in the morning. Maybe they had like a breakfast bar I didn't know about, bacon and eggs and You actually went to Food Line? So then you went to Sheets. Which one do you go to? The one in Winterville or on down the road? Watch out, people get killed there. I got a diesel with a coolant leak I gotta look at. And I'm supposed to have an engine for my van, so I don't know how long it takes to look at the diesel. I'll start working on the engine in the van. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, we have a diminished airflow. Blower motor makes a ton of noise, but it's like I was on low all the time, coming out of the vents. So this thing's operating in really dusty, dirty conditions, being a construction truck, and this is a classic symptom of a blocked or stopped up evaporator core. So I am going to pull the blower motor out and use a borescope to go in and look at the evaporator core and try to rule that out. I'm not going to film that. It's just I got a snap-on borescope. The screen is about that big. You wouldn't be able to see anything if I showed it to you. It wouldn't come across very well on the screen on TV or YouTube, your phone, whatever you're looking at these videos with. All airflow has to go through the evaporator core. It has a choice on going through the heater core, but it has to go through the evaporator core. So if it's blocked up with crud, then this can cause some issues. So this is the truck, and it's just a construction truck. So it did give away that there's going to be dirt and crud and whatnot in the HVAC system. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just take a look at the floorboard. This is a diesel, and it's kind of unhandy to get to the evaporator case out under the hood. But I mean, that's just it's got beach sand in it. It's not extremely dirty, but dirty enough. So first thing I'm going to do is, before I take anything out, I'm going to vacuum it. I'm going to move everything off the seat, everything in the floorboard, put it in the back. It's 4 doors, so there's plenty of room in the back to sit stuff. And then I'm going to vacuum it, because if you take these panels out with all this dirt laying in here, the dirt will just roll into where the clips go, and then you can't get it back together. So I'll vacuum it out. While I'm doing that, I'm going to reclaim the air conditioning. I'm not going to drain the antifreeze, because I'll just clamp the hoses off, the heater hoses, with hose clamp pliers, and I don't have to worry about that. I'm going to start pulling this dash out. Alright, so here's a quick tip for anybody who may own one of these trucks, late model, 08 to current actually. I mean, this is a nice package tray, but I wouldn't set anything up here without making some sort of little berm or dam or something, because I mean, this won't keep, in a panic stop, anything that's up here is going to go right down in the defroster vents. And once something makes its way in those defroster vents, you can't select mode. Your mode door doesn't work anymore. I mean, you can't. It'll just, most of the time it'll get stuck in at least a panel, where you can get panel out of it, especially on a hot day around here, but you won't be able to select defrost or anything of that nature. So I'm going to continue unloading this stuff. This dash is actually going to sit face down on the seat here, so like he's got a zip drive in here. I'm going to take the thumb drive out and just anything so nothing will get damaged. So there's our little 1 gallon shop vac. Any mechanic that does engine work, things like that, he's going to have a shop vac. If you go into somebody's shop and you talk to the head engine mechanic and he don't have a shop vac, be wary, because there's always going to be dirt and crud and crap. Take an intake manifold off and just drop everything in the engine. That would be super bad. So, I mean, even if you don't have one, you'll get one at Lowe's. They're like dirt cheap, no pun intended. As far as I need to go with that, but I need to vacuum all this trash in here. I'll never get it back together. Never be able to get those clips into those dirty cavities. Alright, so we got all our A-pillar things out of the way. Now let's just concentrate on the passenger side, and then we'll move over to the driver's side. So, any wiring that goes from the body to the dash, it's got to come loose. It's real simple. I mean, it's just if it's attached, the dash is not going to come out. Obviously not. So, these bundle of wires go up to the dash. This is the antenna for the radio. So that clearly have to come disconnected. Everything's so full of dirt, it's hard to get unplugged. So that's that too. And we've got these two. And this one. It's those two. And they only go in one connection, so I mean, you can't plug them in the wrong place, so you don't have to mark them or anything like that. Alright, so that's everything for that. Now there's two connectors behind the glove box, so let's get those. This makes it real simple. They did a good job engineering this, because everything goes through these two connectors to get to all the blend doors and all that good stuff. It's very easy, user-friendly to repair. One. There's the other. So those two. So now we can close up the glove box. Done under there. Remove this knee bolster cover, and now I'm going to disconnect the connections that go through this side of the firewall. So we did that side of the firewall and fuse box. Now we're going to do this side of the firewall, and it's these aggravating swivel release connections. It's a trick to get them apart without breaking them. I never really have any luck at it. I think there's 3 of them. Got you guys sitting on the seat. I'm trying not to push the seat around. Other one. All for the steering column. And it'll just slide right down. Sorry for the shakiness. It's the steering column. I just slid it down, disconnected it, and then we want to make sure that now we don't roll the steering wheel because the steering wheel's not connected. Make sure we don't roll it so it doesn't break the clock spring. Sometimes I can snake us past this little lever here, but I ain't cooperating this time. I always Loctite them in. I don't want them to fall out. Wire way back here, so I'll disconnect it. Forgot to hit the record button, but I went ahead and pulled the column out. There's a couple different ways you can go about getting these dashes out. I don't need the dash out of the vehicle, I just need it out of the way to get to the evaporator box. So if this truck had a lot of extra wiring, I would have left the column in it, the steering wheel and all that would have been in the way, and I would just simply hinge this over and lay it on the seat over here, and it would kind of stay in place right here, kind of like a door. But in this case, it's only 4 nuts that retain this thing. And I had to disconnect the steering shaft anyway to get the dash to come back, so it's just easy just to pull it out. So with that out of the way, I can simply take this dash, flip it, lay it upside down, radio face down onto the seat, and then I can get to what I need to do. And I don't have to carry this big heavy thing out of the way. Plus there's a van over there in the way. And there's a wall here in the way. So we're ready to start taking some bolts out that hold this dash in. And we're ready to pull it out. So there are about 10 bolts in total to hold this dash in. There's 3 right here. For some reason, put one way up in here. It's 2 at the top, which I just showed, taking those 2 out. Drop one on them, I get it out and take the dash out. One over at the other side at the top, and 2 right here. And just one down at the bottom. I'm going to attempt to get this very aggravating bolt out. It's a little hidden area here. Can't even get your hand on it. Got a lot of these dashes out. I can't remember what the combination is. Easy access to this bolt. Wiring in the way. Anyway, so a D10 and a 3/8 drive and a 1-inch extension. Good so far. Now obviously, you're going to take this bolt out before you take all the other bolts out and you're hung up with this one. That would be a nightmare. Take this hard one out first. Take the easiest one out last. So I grabbed it, no big deal. Get it when I pull the dash out. I'll show you how stupid this crank is. When I get it out. Alright, so here's the other bolt. Some light in here. There's the other bolt. Just zip it out. Little tin out. Try and get in there with my impact. These things are a bit of a bear if you're taking them out by hand with a ratchet. You'd be there a long time. They're tight all the way to the very last thread. Alright, so I'm going to go over and take that top bolt out, and those 2 side bolts out. I'll come back over here, I'll get an assistant, take these 3 bolts out here, and layer over.